everyone, Christina here, and I have found Mike from Eden Organics, and we were just talking about the brand history. So I want to know a little bit more about, where you guys came from, how you started, all that good stuff.
All right, well, I'm Michael Potter. I've been doing Eden Foods for 43 years, and we started back in the late 60s because we read books on macrobiotics and eating whole grains and good food, food that made you stronger, healthier, and food that didn't burden the body with wasted energy dealing with itself, dealing with the food that we consume. So macrobiotics was the core of it, and it really preceded our search for organic food, but the organic thing just fit in naturally with the macrobiotic principles.
Right.
And we first bumped into the organic realm from the biodynamic people, which started, I believe, in Austria in the 20s.
Wow.
And so we've been in the game, the food industry, the organic foods movement, since the late 60s. We've made every mistake you can make at least once, and we've actually gotten good at doing what we're doing. We are able to source out of the organic crop annually what we're looking for our customers, the best of the best, and it's been a great ride,
Great.
And we've got about 300 items.
Wow.
The epitome of organic, not quasi-organic as so much of it is today. I'm sorry to report.
We were talking a little bit earlier about organic and how you said something really interesting, that it's all in the soil. Can you elaborate on that?
Well, the definition of organic is not a paper scheme, which is how USDA defines it. It's actually a system of growing food that enhances the life in the soil, as opposed to depletes it. When you're adding all this nitrogen and bleach and just all these heinous herbicides, fungicides, all these toxic chemicals to the soil, it's killing the life in the soil.
Right.
With soil that isn't vital and vibrant with life, it's not producing vital and vibrant food. It's producing food that's bland tasting, bland nutritionally, and detrimental to our health.
Right, absolutely.
One new thing we did recently is we took our whole grain strength and our organic bean strength. We're from the Midwest, and we're big in beans.
Yeah.
And we combined the two in a chili. Now, chili's usually got hamburger in it, And we said, well, can we replace the hamburger mouthfeel with whole grain mouthfeel?
Right.
And we've done it with spelt and quinoa and kamut and barley and good organic beans and all organic spices and herbs. And we've got we did the 14-ounce size cans of chili, and it was so successful that we're doing a 29-ounce size now, more than one serving.
Right.
So that's exciing.
Sounds like a great recipe for fall as well. Kind of a warm chili and
chili's awesome, and we're back to basics. I mean, we're working on the grains, the beans. All the products that we do are dry grocery. We don't do any refrigerated frozen.
That's good to know.
So they're kind of pantry items. They all store, and they're all shelf stable. And there's 300 of them.
Wow.
Like I said earlier, we had macrobiotic roots, so we've got the misos and the soy sauces and the sea vegetables, and that's probably about 25% of our sales overall. We own a cannery, we own a soy milk factory that we run.
Wow.
We own a couple pasta factories, one up in Montreal, one in Detroit, Michigan. I sold organic beans for 20 years. It didn't make any sense because we didn't make any money doing it. But when we started working with a cannery and cooked them for folks, so that, soaking beans overnight and 3-hour cook times is not very appealing to modern men and women. But if you can, pop it open, warm it up and eat it, boom. So as soon as we did that, our bean sales skyrocketed.
And with the canned goods too, are there any concerns?
BPA. Thank you for bringing that up. BPA. We were the first company to convince we convinced the Ball Canning Corporation to give us their retro can liner, which was from it was 60s technology,
Wow.
1960s.
Yeah.
Everything became, in the late 60s and early 70s, everything became this BPA-laced modern can lining. And nobody knew about BPA at the time, but
Right.
all our can linings were our number 10 big food service size, or the 29 ounce or the 14 ounce. All our cans have been BPA free since April of 1999.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank
Yeah.
God for the Ball Corporation, because the other canning companies would not work with us. They didn't want to hear it. They stuck to the party line of BPA is okay, it's good for you.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's really important, and I know for a lot of consumers out there, like myself, I look, to canned goods as a really convenient option for myself, but I certainly hesitate because you never really know if it's, BPA free. Now we're starting to see some labels, and of course with Eden, we are seeing that label on there as well, so that's great peace of mind.
Well, I learned about BPA through a German news source. And, when it finally hit the mainstream in America, the reporters were calling, well, do you label it? And I'm saying, no, we don't label it, because nobody knew what it was.
Right.
Nobody knew what it was. But I want to point out that there's new, quote-unquote, BPA-free labels out there.
Okay.
That are using a chlorine, I think it's PVC. It's a PVC lining.
Oh, wow.
This PVC creates toxic environmental pollutants in its manufacture, in its remelting of the cans,
Right.
To recycle them.
Wow. And this is harmful.
It's a cheap solution to BPA that the consumer shouldn't buy into. It's an environmental negative. It's not good for you, in spite of what people say.
Well, that's wonderful, and that's a great tip, and I certainly know that makes me feel great picking up an Eden Foods can of anything.
I encourage people to look at the website.
Okay.
And ask for Eden Foods, please.
That sounds perfect. Well, thank you so much, Mike. It was a pleasure speaking with you. I'm going to go try one of their delicious teas they have behind me and a few more goodies. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.